These are the worst days as a football fan, as a football supporter, as anybody who plays football, whether professionally or recreationally, whatever it is, it's a sad day. If you're a human being, this is sad. To see a player just slump without contact on the field is very heartbreaking. And we see it time and time and time again. I wish I was coming on here to just talk about Manchester City dropping points, which I will do in the future. But I can't help but talk about this. Tom Lockyer, the Luton captain. Nobody really watched this game except their fans. It wasn't the biggest game of the Saturday fixtures. During the game, their captain, Tom Lockyer, slumped on the football field. No contact, he just fell running out, the centre back. And I saw it, it fills you with just so much pain and anxiety. I went straight to the football field to play. And you wonder, like, could this just happen to just anybody? You would think they're in perfect condition. It's just, they have all the professional medical help that they can get. I just found out today that he fell. Only last season, he fell with the same issue, irregular heartbeat, the commentator said. Fell while playing a final in the championship playoff. And just a few months later, he's falling in the Premier League again. It was heartbreaking today. It was sad to see the replay. I didn't watch the full game, but just watching it back is just hurtful to see. These people play from 7 years old just to get here. And then for some health reason, you can't continue. He has to surely retire now. In less than 2 years, he has to be forced to retire. We've seen this over and over again. The most popular one, Sam Okbaraji, a Nigerian legend in the 80s, same thing, slumped on the football field. But sadly, he didn't make it. Thankfully, Tom Lockyer made it. So many have just passed, fallen away. Mark Vivian Foe, the Cameroonian, slumped. That was the end of him. Thankfully, people like Eriksen made it. People like Fabrice Muamba, former Arsenal boy. He fell, I think, in early 2010s, 2012, He slumped on the football field. He suffered a minor cardiac arrest. Thankfully, he made it. He was forced to retire. I think back to early this year, the Zambian 24-year-old, that's why I call him a kid, just came out of the struggle in Zambia, playing in Brighton, a star for them, one of the best midfielders. I remember that last season, he was doing very well before he went to represent his country. And then when he was in Zambia representing his nation, they said he suffered a heart attack. And then he came back, the Brighton medical staff assessed him. He was forced to retire at 24. I can't even imagine. Himself finally catching a break. You know how these kids are when they come from Africa and they finally make it. They are probably the breadwinner for not just their nuclear family, probably for the extended. It didn't just affect him. But to talk about the man, Mwepu, just imagine, you dream about this moment and you strive for it. You work crazy hard hours, put in all the long hours, put in all the effort, and then you're forced to retire. But at least you have life. Thank God for that. Sometimes I think to wonder how these players are coping. The ones who were forced to retire. Yes, they have life, but I can't even imagine, not being able to do what you've done for so long just to get to where you needed to get to. And you get there and it's cut short. It's sad. The other dude, the Ghanaian, who suffered the same issue a couple months ago. I don't remember what country he was playing in, but he's Ghanaian playing somewhere in Europe. He slumped. Unfortunately, he did not make it. He passed away. Man, I just can't help but think of, them, their families, and what it must feel like to have a career that's supposed to be only short already, but just a dream stolen away from you. But I hope they have good therapists, good people around them that will support them and give them another reason to keep pushing, and they find other dreams to pursue. I hope so. I hope they have the right people around them, the right support system, because this can be very depressing. Thankfully, Tom Lockyer today has survived. Thankfully, they said he's in stable condition. And I hope that it's not the same doctor who cleared him only months ago that sees him and clears him again. I hope they just let this man retire. Nobody wants to see that. I'm sure he doesn't want to see that. As sad as it is, you just need to step away from the game. It requires so much, and your heart can't just take it. Prayers for Tom Lockyer, prayers for his family, prayers for all the other athletes, not just in football, in American football, in basketball. Look, we hear this news all the time, athletes just falling. Prayers up for them, and I pray that they, recover well, and a mental recovery as well, not just physically, because I can't imagine the pain. That's it for this video. Like, subscribe. Thanks for always clicking play. God bless.